Hey guys, it's Tara. Today I'm going to bring you a quick practice to get your blood flowing, get moving. It's going to be more advanced, intermediate level. So get warm, skip anything that doesn't feel good, and then we'll get on with your day. Cool? All right, go ahead and make your way to your mat. And today we're going to start on hands and feet. So bring your way to your mat, bring your hands really wide on your mat, your feet really wide, and just begin to find some organic movement, whatever that looks like for you. You can pedal out your feet. And as you begin to move into your feet, push your foot into your mat and back towards the back of the mat. Bend the knees, sit a little deeper, and reach the hips up a little higher. Once the hips are elevated, press the elbows wide, lift the back of the heart, and then begin to move the ribs with whatever kind of movement you're doing. You can try some big circles all the way around, making sure to switch directions. Finding center, make sure the elbows are pushing wide once more. Push away from the floor, twist your toes to the right, dome the right hand, left ear towards the left shoulder, sit deep and then press into your feet, reach the hips back, a twisted cat to the right. Exhale, sit, inhale, expand, one more like that. And then this time pick up the right outer leg, bicycle open to the right. Pushing the floor away, allow the right ribs to rise, float the right hand, bicycle. Finding your balance, and with each and every bicycle, open a bit more. Try sweeping the hand to the head, press the head back and find more lift in the posterior, or in the side body, but more activity in the posterior chain. Exhale, right foot will land behind you, setting up for back cat, hips sit low, and then expand the right ribs, rise up. Exhale, sit back. Inhale to rise, one more. On this next one, sit, allow the feet to press into the mat firmly, bicycle once more. Option, bring the right hand down, try wishbone, widen through the elbows, lengthen the neck, breathe. Right fingertips touch down. Slide the right foot halfway forward, swivel your back heel. Hands come back towards your big toes. Little pulses here. Stretch into your side body. Trying to maintain a curve in the low back. Sweep right elbow to the right thigh and then reach the left arm up overhead. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, expand. Sweep the hand to the head now, press the head back, allow the ribs to elevate. Exhale, sit back. Reach the entire upper body up. Let's bring both hands to the head, sit back, and lift the elbows up, wrap the bottom low ribs, and allow them to inflate, lifting away from the low back. On this next one, sit back, resist the urge to look down, step forward, figure four, ankle over the knee, under the knee or even on your mat. Push both knees forward, push the ankle into the thigh, and find a lift up and out of the low belly. Lift the head away from the shoulders, soften the top of the shoulders, draw the elbows further forward, sit a little deeper, rise a little higher. Exhale, left foot will come all the way down. If it's already down, rotate the toes forward. Squish the back knee into the front knee. Give yourself a hug, left arm underneath. Dropping the head momentarily, allowing the back heart to inflate. Exhale, slide the knees forward. Inhale, intertwine the arms and rise up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise higher. Keep pressing into your feet and reach the femur bones back. Make sure the hips aren't locking forward. And on this next one, we'll sit and arc up and over to the right. Exhale through center, up and over to the left. One more each side. Finding center, and then arc up and over to the right. Shift your weight to the right. Squeeze left heel towards the left hip. Jig drag the foot as you begin to open the left leg, bicycle to the left. Allow those left ribs to rise. Soften your gaze. Soften your breath. Reach the head forward. Reach the tailbone back and find more space in the spine. Set the left foot wide. Set the right foot wide. Seaweed sway just with the ribs right now. And then release the arms. The arms are just an expansion of the ribs, so let the ribs stay in control. Hinge from your hips, push your seeds forward, reach the femur bones back, fingertips touch, walk your way forward, bringing the hands forward and wide. Push the floor away, step your feet to your mat. Pulsing forward and back. Push the floor away, allow the ribs to expand. Next time you inhale, forward twist toes to the left, knees forward, hips back, dome left, right here towards the right shoulder. Find your pulse. Try a bicycle to the left. Imagine rubber bands around the thighs, widen the thighs, reach the hips back. Float the left arm by lifting only through the ribs. Push the floor away, make sure the right elbow isn't locked. And slowly begin to open more and more with each and every pulse. Try the left hand to the head, press the head back and open even more. Left foot will touch down, landing behind you in back cat, hips sit low, press into your feet and then rise up. Exhale, sit back, inhale to rise. One more like that. And then on this next one, sit deep, prepare your feet, push off, bicycle once more. Find more elevation in the ribs, option for wishbone, left hand to the forearm. To the right forearm, widen the right elbow. Make sure it's not locking. And then allow the ribs to spiral even more. Exhale, left foot comes halfway down, rotate back foot. Bring your hands closer to your feet, bend your knees, and find a gentle pulse into your hamstrings, allowing the tailbone to lift up rather than tuck under. Press into your big toe, squeeze your heels in towards the midline. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh and then reach the right arm forward and long. With the left arm, push away from the leg. Allow the right ribs to expand. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, reach forward and long. Sweep the hand to the head. Press the head back now and activate the posterior chain. Lift the right ribs even more. On this next one, allow the hips to sit. Press the head into the hands, rise all the way up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, rise. Lift through the elbows and expand through the back bottom ribs, making sure you're not going into a back bend by hollowing the upper back. All right, on this next one, sit back, rotate your gaze forward, push off your back foot, figure four, ankle over the knee. Press both knees forward, option to modify by bringing the foot down to your mat instead. Exhale as you sit, inhale, rise higher. Soften the top of the shoulders, the sides of the neck. Breathe. Next one, sit deeper. Inhale, rise higher, even if it's wobbly. Slide the right foot down, bring the toes to face forward. Squish the back knee into the front knee. Give yourself a hug, right arm underneath this time. And expand the back bottom ribs especially. Lift your gaze, press into your feet, reach the hips back. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, intertwine the arms and rise up. Pulling the elbows forward away from the face will keep the back bottom ribs expansive. Exhale, sit deeper. Inhale, rise even higher. Noticing that each pulse is an unfolding. On your next one, arc up and over to the right. Exhale, sit. Inhale, arc up and over to the left. Arcing right and left at your own pace. Next time you sit, pause, shift your weight to your left, squeeze right heel towards the right glute, and then arc up and over to the left. Allow the ribs to rise. Reach the femur bones back as the head rises up. Allow the right ribs to inflate. The left ribs too. Imagine like a balloon growing within the ribs, finding weightlessness away from the floor. Softly sit into your left leg, step the right foot wide. Shift your weight right, step the left foot wide, sway. Bending your knees, grounding in the lower body. Can you lift up and out of the hips? Unwind the arms. Widen the shoulders, soften the breath. With the feet wider than the mat, push the seeds forward, reach the hips back, bending from the knees, from the hips, not from the low back. Walk your hands forward and wide. Step your feet back to your mat. Pedal out the feet, breathe, move. Feel into the spine, notice what's going on. Twist the toes to the right. Left hip comes all the way down. Seated side twist, take a few breaths. Few pulses. Exhale, press into your feet, reach your hips back. Inhale, expand, opening the front of the body forward. One more. Press into your feet, lift up and over, seated side twist, opposite side. Right hip touches down. Exhale, hips root back. Inhale, pull your way forward, as if you could make more space in that low back. Left hand will slide in. Go ahead and dive onto your right side. Left knee in front of the right. Pull the elbow towards the knees. Reach into pressing into the feet. Reach the hips back further. Let the head drop back. Arms rise up. Right hand to the outer left thigh, left fingertips overhead. Can you inhale and make the spine longer? Exhale, reach the hips back further, softening the low back. Inhale, expand. Exhale, sit. Inhale, arms rise up. Maneuver your way back to your mat with the back of the body. Extend the left arm, roll all the way to your left side. Right knee comes forward. Left hip moves back a ways, right elbow all the way down, and then reach the spine long by pushing into the right elbow. Elbow pulls towards the thigh, press into your feet, reaching the hips back. Lengthening the entire spine before you twist, and then twist the upper body up towards the sky. Left hand to the outer right thigh, right fingertips to the floor. Widen through the back of the hips, widen through the shoulders, and then lengthen through the entire spine. Breathe big and deep. Calm the breath, calm the eyes and the mind. Inhale, arms rise up, knees rise up. Cool. All right, press into your feet. Hover the hips by just bringing the weight off of the mat. Let the belly rise and slide the hip to the right, to the left. Finding the natural curve in your low back. And then set the hips down with that natural low curve. Expand through the ribs, making the back of the ribs broader, more expansive. And then option, lift the feet here. Option 2, which is tricky if you have your hair pinned. Undo it if it's pinned. Or, yeah, if you have no hair, no worries. Even better. All right, press the head into the mat and then press the back of the head into your mat. Lift and float the ribs, but keep them expanding on all sides, not just the front, but the back as well. Try a gentle bicycle here. Dig, drag your feet. Pushing the foot away from you, drag the foot back. Floating those back bottom ribs wide. Soften the jaw. If you were to feel the back of the neck right now with your hand, ideally there's a little groove in the back of the neck. Other hand can feel the low back and they mirror each other. There's a little groove in both the back of the neck and the low back. And this is building tone and support in those muscles. And ideally, if you feel the sides of the neck, it's soft. The top of the shoulders are soft. We're trying to build tone in the back of the neck so that that is supported and not the sides overworking. Exhale, bring the ribs down, hands come to the thighs, gentle rock right and left. As the head comes down, make sure the chin doesn't tuck. Keep the chin lifted. If you were to press the head into the floor, keeping the ribs grounded, now feel the back of the neck, and hopefully you can still find that same groove in the back of the neck, same groove in the low back. And I'll show you what it looks like. So if you're confused, this groove, this indent in the spine, that's what we're going for. If you were to flatten the spine, it disappears. Engaged with a natural low back curve, it is there. Bring the feet down to the floor. Hands and pull-up bar up overhead. Exhale, legs to the left. Breathe. Press into your feet, keeping your legs to the left. Micro pulses here. Massaging into this left hip. Try narrowing the knees, widening the hips. Try a little circle in the knees, circle in the hips. Inhale, knees rise up, opposite side. Knees can narrow. Sometimes you can even get a great psoas stretch here if your psoas is tight. Mine is on this side. I don't feel it on the other side so much. Try some little circles, widening the back of the hip, pressing into your feet and finding that length and space. If you have time, extend the feet one at a time. Hopefully you have time for at least a few moments here. Bring the hands under the hips, lift up, out and untuck. Press into the back of the head, move the ribs away from the hips, and then lift the head away from the shoulders. Exhale, let it go. Deep breaths. Focus on your exhale to soften even faster. Each and every exhale is easier, more fluid. Please feel free to stay as long as you like. If you're in a time crunch, draw your attention back to your inhales. Let that rejuvenate the entire body. Reach the arms up overhead, stretching from the fingertips down through the toes. Stretch through the right side, through the left side. And of course, feel free to ignore that if you're staying longer. Slowly make your way up as you're ready. Hopefully you feel warm, strong, and long. All right, have a good one, you guys.